how much is this spot really moving to hit this shot? You know, how much is it really moving? The golf swing's, it's not a huge motion to take this green dot. To strike shots correctly and with enough energy to play good golf. Golf doesn't have to be this big, wild game. I know we can all move our shoulder this fast. I know you can, I know you can. George, show me what the right arm does in the golf swing. What's your opinion of it? What does it do?
It's just, the left arm does most of the work. It's just there to kind of guide a little bit, and it should be fairly loose and relaxed.
Okay. I would say the opposite about the left arm, right arm. I'd say the left arm, does very little in the golf swing. It's kind of an inert thing that just kind of hangs there, and the right arm is really kind of what support. If I overbend my right arm, look what my left elbow does. People always talk about keeping their left arm straight. Well, if the right arm knows what it's doing, the left arm always stays straight. So if the right arm's always got a little bit of what my coach used to call extensor action, just the ability for it to always want to be straight. And my right arm doesn't bend. My right arm is always straight. That's what I would tell you. Now I know in video that my right arm bends. Okay, but the sensation of my golf swing is that my right arm is very, very straight. I look at a video and I'm amazed to see that it's actually bent. The right arm, if you were to say, how much is this particular spot on my body moving? Let's just say, if I could put a big red dot right there, if I took a piece of painter's tape. So I've got Savannah's wedge. I'm going to hit this wedge 120 yards. How much is this spot really moving to hit this shot that far? How much is it really moving? Is it going, maybe 8-9 inches around to the right, maybe a little bit back up, down to a ball, back up around? It's kind of a pretty small little motion. To strike shots correctly and with enough energy to play good golf, golf doesn't have to be this big, wild game. You know what I mean? Like in your case, Lance, we're trying to take your swing and maybe take it from here and maybe move this green dot another couple inches, inch maybe. And that's going to give you distally like a lot more speed once you start to engage from the ground up. But it's funny how little a swing has to be. Like in your swing, George, your swing does a lot more work than it really needs to, and that's why you're probably not as consistent as you'd like to be. There's tons of power in your golf swing. You saw that yesterday as with some of your new impact alignments, you constantly flew it over greens. You hit it over 4 or 5 greens yesterday, right? So for you to say, okay, yeah, I'm satisfied hitting 9-iron 160. It's a long way to hit a 9-iron. At this altitude, maybe it's 145 in the Bay Area, but the golf swing's, it's not a huge motion to take this green dot not very far and back to a golf ball. And she's saying, well, yeah, it's oversimplifying it. It totally is oversimplifying it. There's a lot that goes into it. Good hands, some rhythm and balance, good impact alignments. But just to kind of make you aware of some of the smallness of a good shot, and how tiny things can be to hit things a long way. So how far is what's my left shoulder doing in this motion? How far did that go? You know what I mean? Is there a whole lot of randomness going on with my backswing and how I'm getting there? No. It's kind of organized and it's kind of simple. And that's, to me, the best way to play. Now, of course, if I took this green dot and put it at the club head, that's the thing that obviously does the most travel. And in my case, it's probably going to about here, and then to the golf ball. It's not certainly trying to be John Daly-esque in any way, right? So smaller, organized strikes, provide, all the power we're going to need. All the power we're going to need. I say John Daly set the game back years, because when he came on, he hit it so far, played really well with this crazy long, exaggerated golf swing. Of course, kids went, oh God, I want to hit it like that. But if they would have modeled a guy named Dan Pohl, who maybe didn't win as much, who hit it equally as long. Dan Pohl's swing was this far and hit it every yard John Daly hit it. except he didn't win 2 times and 2 majors. And you know, it's amazing how small the golf swing really is to hit it effectively. I know we can all move our shoulder this fast. I know you can, I know you can. Okay, so I know that, you know, you said, yeah, man, you hit a lot of great shots yesterday, you know, right at the pin. I know you can, I know you can, I know you can. You can do the same thing. You can do that little motion at the same speed I do it. Okay, maybe Savannah doesn't quite have the arm strength yet to support that speed yet, but you know, next year, the year after, you will. You know, you'll naturally just get stronger as you get a little bit older, and you know, with some physical stuff, you'll get stronger anyway. But in your case, George's, you know, his backswing gets so long, and the trade-off is just more wild shots as opposed to crisp, good strikes. You know.
Mhm.